seconds. Alright, so today we're gonna be doing episode 8, Jonathan versus Theo! The battle we've been waiting for. So the group makes a deal at Poco's house, only to be told that, like, one of Poco's dad, that Poco's sister has disappeared. Actually, the girl is in imprisonment with Neo, and also he has a dog, and then he kills him. Come on, he's like it's not like a cute dog. It's not like a head strapping the dog. Like, come on, there could have been some funny jokes like Hercules. And Neo, who tempt her to possessing her eternal life, which makes sense because she's like. I mean, Dio's like, Dio is like, now like, not even human anymore. He's like, fully into the gooning vampire. Just kidding, I didn't say goon. Anyways. When she refused and slaps the vampire, Dio leaves with a monster. He has a cloth on his face, but there's a reason why. Because he has snakes on his face. And, however, Jonathan appears and easily defeats the zombie. Yeah, it was pretty easy. It was all so easy. Jonathan climbs to the stairs to the final room where Dio is await. Jonathan. Also, Poco has reunited with his sister. So that's pretty good. Jonathan challenges Dio to the final match to avenge his friends that we all see in the heads or something like that. You know what I'm saying. But Dyer pushes Jonathan out of his way and challenges Dio himself to avenge the death of his friend that's been working for 20 years. All to be grabbed away by Dio himself. Dio attempts to thunder cross split attack, but Dio, he shatters. He freezes his leg, his whole body, and shatters him. His hand is managed to survive and launches a hormone and lets the rose to impalating Dio on his right eye, so bleeding him. So now he's dead. Jonathan steps while Speedwagon, Strinso, and Topley stay back to fight Dio, the zombies. In spite Dyer, Jonathan infuses the sword that he had receiving earlier from Blawford, the luck and pluck, and uses the hormone to that Dio so he gets not able to touch him. As the battle begins, Jonathan distracts Dio with the rose, uses a vampire blood angle to cut his arms and his legs in half. However, Dio freezes, splitting in half, freezes the sword in Jonathan's hands before he can even set hormone. Jonathan is immobilized, believing that he's disadvantaged, and Dio probably uses it, and Dio sucks Jonathan's veins. He said. But explored in the fire behind Dio's sword, freeing himself. None else. Dio breaks the sword and manages to freeze Dio's fist before Hormone could even reach him. The last-ditch attempt. Dio's light gloves on the fire. The encountering a freeze of mammoth. And then he says, "No, it's useless, useless." And he finally managed to hit Dio's sense with the hammer. Dio is sent flying into the cleft and sparing the last technique. He releases a jet-spewing eye hormone, almost kills Jonathan. And he says, "I was supposed to live for centuries." And later, he still have enough more into the loss of his half-brother. but Poco's confused. See, he explains to Speedwagon, Speedwagon explains Poco that even though he was a bad guy, he was his adopted brother. And they had time for years. Pretty sad for a villain. You know, if maybe D was a little different, or maybe he had different parents, maybe he could have been different. And now JoJo has finally won. Yeah, episode 8 is great. It has, sure, it might be a small fight a little bit, but it's still a great fight. And the next one's the final episode. Yeah, the final episode. Oh my god.